Hey everyone, and welcome to day 3 of this 5-day challenge. So super excited that you're still here with us. So proud that you're hanging in there. So really excited for today because what we're going to be doing is covering 2 main things in a very condensed version. It's going to be about attraction marketing. So what you can do to post on your Facebook or your LinkedIn to attract your potential customers or leads, and then also shifting them over to an inbox conversation. Because that way, if you've been doing a bit of attraction marketing and doing some cool content posts, then when you do message them in Messenger or on LinkedIn, they remember or recognize who you are. So then there's a little bit more trust because they already understand who you are, what you're about, and how potentially you can help them, opposed to just adding them as a friend and then sending them a message straight away saying, hey, I can help you with X, Y, and Z. So this really is about scratching the surface in this 5-day challenge, which is why I've specifically designed and created a 6-week program so we can really go into the nitty-gritty of how to take a person from the online world and get them on a phone call and then turn them into a real-world customer. So that's in a lot more detail, but we can get to that at a later date. So with today's challenge, what we're going to be starting off with is a bit of attraction marketing. So what we covered yesterday on a very brief topic was that if you have 100 people as Facebook friends and you do a post, a certain number of them, whether it's 10% or 5%, whatever it may be, a certain percentage of your friends are going to always see your posts. It's not going to be the same 10 friends, but it will be a collective number of different friends as that number of 10. And once again, 10 is just an arbitrary number. For a while there, business pages had a 1% organic reach. So I knew people that had tens of thousands of likes on their business page, and almost overnight their business was almost shut down because they no longer had the option to post out organically and they had to pay to play. Now, after heaps of complaints and Facebook realizing that kind of did a bit of damage, then they upped the organic reach. So with Facebook profiles, it is a bit higher, but we want to make sure that we're getting out there as much as possible. So if you were, say, over a 30-day period to post 1 post a day, then that's going to kickstart the algorithm on your end, and you're going to be showing up a lot more on people's news feeds. Now, when we do post, we want to have something that's basically doesn't have an external link. So what I mean by that is if you want to get people to your website, you really don't want to be posting the link to your website, because by doing that, you're taking people off of Facebook. And Facebook doesn't like that. So anytime that you've got some sort of link or somewhere that you want people to go, just mention that you can help them get there, or maybe just mention what the website's called and they can Google it, or do a post and then a day later edit the post and then put in the link. But straight away when you do your post, you don't want to put in a link. So let's just say I've done a training online and I've uploaded it to my YouTube account. What I wouldn't want to do is do a post and say, hey everyone, I've got this free training on my YouTube account, here's the link below. Because then opposed to say the 10 friends that are going to see it, it'll be reduced even further to only maybe 3 or 4. And that's not what we want. So I might say, hey everyone, I've got an awesome training that I've just uploaded to my YouTube account. If you want to learn more about it, comment below and I'll send you the link. And then in personal messenger, you can always send them the link. Because any time you have a chat with someone in Messenger, then it's going to kickstart the algorithm even further, and Facebook thinks, oh, you guys are in constant contact, so they're more likely to see your posts. So for someone that might have posted once a year, they're going to get a lot of twice a year, I'll say, because if you do one, it will kickstart it. But just say you've posted once and then 2 days later you post again, that second post is going to have nowhere near as much organic reach as if you've posted once a day every single day for 30 days. Okay, so this is all about the attraction marketing and get your name out there organically. But the point of this is because then when you do message someone in Messenger or on LinkedIn, whatever platform you're using, they recognize who you are. So it's not just a cold message out of nowhere. It's not they get a notification that you've become friends with someone, and then the very next blink of an eye, you've then sent them a message and said, hey, I help with X, Y, and Z. Here's a link to my website. Because that feels spammy. It's not very comfortable, because especially in Facebook Messenger, it's a bit more personalized than say email, which we really expect to get a lot more cold messages. So as much as the open rate is a lot higher in Facebook Messenger, we need to tread a bit more water and a bit more careful in how personal we are. So yeah, we really want to stay front of mind. So if we're constantly posting some cool posts, maybe some free value about the industry that you're in, whether just say you play guitar, you might post something about, okay, well, here's a cool way to learn this riff or something like that. Or if you ride horses and your ideal client is, in that industry, or you want to train people on riding horses, you can do a cool post on, all right, well, here's how I find to get on the horse easier, something like that. So whatever your industry is, post heaps of value, because the more value we give, then the more we receive. So make sure that you are staying front of mind by offering heaps of different value, and make sure you try to avoid posting external links. Because if we are posting external links, just to reiterate from before, we're going to get much less organic reach. Therefore, we're going to get less people seeing it, which means we're wasting a lot of our time. Because if we're spending all this time and effort doing these amazing posts, but only a handful of people are seeing them, then really what's the point? So yeah, just try and give as much value as you can whilst you're posting. Try and post as often as you can. Try to avoid external links. And then shifting over to sending someone a Facebook message, it's going to work out a lot better. So what you could always do is add someone as a friend, as we discussed in day 2. And then from there, you can then just send them a message, say, oh, hey, thanks for accepting the friend request, or, thanks for connecting, whatever it may be. And you can always just leave it there if you want to wait for them to respond, and then the conversation's obviously started. But if we were to add them as a friend and then just send them a link, it's really not going to work out very well, because they only see you as someone trying to sell them, not someone trying to bring them value or offer something that's going to help them in one way or another. Because it's all about building trust online, because unlike in person, it's so much easier to build trust. Because if you're on a phone call or you've got the opportunity to do a video call, I really do believe that the video call is a lot more intimate, and therefore it's going to help build a lot more trust. But if you're going to be able to sit in front of someone because they're a local client, for instance, let's just say you're a digital marketer, and coming back to yesterday's example of if you're a digital marketer and you just focus on dentists, if you can actually sit down with a dentist, a one-on-one, have a coffee with them whilst you pitch them, then that is going to build so much more trust, because you're right there. But heaps of other benefits as well, about being able to read body language, about how to help with the sale, which as at the beginning of this I mentioned about the 6-week program I've got that really mentions a lot of that in there, about how to overcome just the jitters someone might have, whether or not they trust you enough to invest in your time. So yeah, we really want to just try and build as much trust as possible, so then when we do send them a message, then we are more recognizable and they actually understand who we are and how we can help them. So what we want to be doing is when we send them a message, we just really want to say hi, thanks for connecting. You could potentially ask them a question if you wanted. Say, oh, hey, I saw you in this group, or you had a really cool post you did, or hey, the other day I noticed you did a blog post. I read it and it was really interesting. If it's something personal, they're going to understand that and appreciate that you've actually taken the time to learn more about them. So you're actually interested in them. And please be genuine. It's not a case of you've read their blog post and you said, oh, that's amazing, but really you didn't like it. We really want to, well, me personally anyway, I really want to work with people that I get along with and that I could very easily consider friends. If there was a bit of friction between me and someone, I would much rather say, look, we're not a right fit to work together, which I've done before politely. Just because I didn't feel that we were on the same path. So yeah, please be genuine when you send the messages. But at the end of the day, if you know you can help them, then just by overcoming that fear or that uncomfortable feeling of, oh, you don't want to intrude, just know that if you do take that initial step and send them a message and you know you can help them, well, sure, you might have a little bit of a jitters for doing so. You might feel a bit nervous. But if you can help them achieve a result that you offer, I mean, wouldn't that be so much better for them? So just try and overcome your fear of messaging someone cold. As long as you've got good intentions, it's going to work out most of the time, almost all the time. So yeah, I hope today's lesson has been really helpful in how to get them on Messenger. And then tomorrow, what we're going to start covering is about sales. So about converting sales, how to get them on a call. Because really what we want to be doing is getting them from the internet, whether it's Facebook or LinkedIn, to getting them into an inbox, whether it's Messenger or LinkedIn inbox, and then we want to take them to a sales call. So tomorrow we're going to be all about getting them on that sales call and booking an appointment. So yeah, a bit of homework today. Just make sure you really, if you need to, rewatch this lesson, but we want to make sure that we're genuine when we message people, and then when we do get them into our inbox or we're in their inbox, then we want to make sure that we are doing what we can to build trust.
All right, so we've covered some really important topics today in regards to attraction marketing, about what to post and what not to post, i.e. External links off of Facebook, and also why it's important to shift the conversation to your messenger inbox. So with attraction marketing, if you think of it like this, Facebook wants you to enjoy the time on the platform. So basically, any time that you do a post and people are liking it, they're commenting on it, they're engaging with it, they're clicking with it, that means the post is being well received. And so then the next time you do a post, Facebook is automatically going to show that to more and more people. And if it happens again, where you're getting more and more engagement, then like a snowball effect, they're just going to keep showing your stuff to more and more people. So there's some fantastic things you can do to really pump this up. So as an example, target audience callouts are phenomenal. So let's just say you are a digital marketer and you've been adding a bunch of dentists over the last few days. Or you could do a post that says something like, hey, where are my dentists at? I've got a toothache related question. So that very specifically targets dentists, and anyone that comments on that post, they're more than likely a dentist, which means they're more than likely your target audience. So that's a phenomenal way to actually know if your posts are reaching your niche. Other ones like origin stories, they're great as well because people learn about who you are, where you've come from, and it gets them to feel like they know you more. And by them having that feeling, then it begins to build genuine trust. Stimulating questions as well. So if you do a question, they are a bit clickbaity. They are designed specifically to get people to comment, post, and like. But then by doing that, the next time you post, you're going to have, once again, that snowball effect. And everyone likes an inspirational post. So some examples of these, for instance, we've covered the target audience callouts, but the origin story. So here's one of me, and basically just it said that I was a fat guy. Midway through a burger, I decided to do a fun run at the end of the year that I say I'll do every year and I never do, and now working towards health and fitness more, and I'm now slightly less of a fat guy. Yeah, you can see there it was pretty well received, 65 likes, 28 comments. Obviously some of those comments are me replying to people saying thank you, but all in all, yeah, it was quite well received. And then as you can see, this was June 22nd, so following suit, here for instance, this is now June 27th, and this is when we come back to it, the stimulating question. So what was the first business you tried or started? What did you learn from it? And that had 31 comments. And I think it was like one or two of those comments of mine. So they're all different people that are potentially in my target niche that have then jumped on my post. Moving on to the next one. So this one is just clickbait. This is a stimulating question. It's not really stimulating, but it's enough that it got me 53 comments. So, and this is June 30. So you can see that as the days are progressing, I'm getting more and more engagement on my posts simply because I'm putting the work in and I'm posting every day or every few days, and I'm making it stimulate enough that people want to engage with it. And then, yeah, here's an example of, you may have seen this post, who wants a free course on Facebook ads, and that's got 41 comments. Half of those are mine because for each person that comments, I then responded letting them know to check their inbox. So yeah, there's some examples of different types of posts that you can do, and yeah, they work really well in getting your name out there. A friend of mine the other day, he said that I'm now the first in his news feed when he opens his phone. But yeah, I've shifted over to use my personal profile now as more of a business platform, and it's working very well for me. So I certainly recommend you do the same. Now coming over to, so yeah, there's my personal profile there. Feel free to add me if you like, if you haven't already. Coming over to part 2, which is shifting the conversation to a messenger or in your inbox. So this is actually a message I got today. Now I'm going to blur out the person's name. Nice guy, but it just made me laugh because here he goes, "Hey Ross, pleasure to connect on here, and then what would make this a unique and genuine connection rather than just another name in Messenger for the pipeline. So that in itself is clearly a copied and paste message, and me being me, I called him out for it. So I go, hey, great to meet you, hello from Australia. Aside from what seems like a copy and paste message, blah 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 blah. So I mean, he's a nice guy. We had a bit of a chat after that, and I'm sure we'll stay in touch. But that was clearly a copy and paste message, but it was just ironic that he's asking me, well, what makes this unique chat when he's clearly doing the same. So when you are starting an inbox conversation, it really couldn't hurt to do something just simple, genuine. Hey, thanks to connect. For me, for instance, hello from Australia, I find that's a really good icebreaker, especially with the little emoji, the Australian flag, simply because someone may see that and then the emojis make it kind of stand out a bit more. It's a bit more fun. I like to use a lot of emojis in my conversation simply because I'm more of a bit of a fun, bubbly kind of guy. I kind of feel that emojis are good for that. So sending some messages in the inbox, just something like, hey, it's great to connect. I'd love to know more about your business. I noticed that you're X, Y, and Z, or I read one of your blog posts, whatever it may be. As I mentioned earlier, that's a great icebreaker, and then you can start a conversation from there. This particular guy, we probably messaged each other another 6 or 7 messages for the day. He seems like a nice guy, and I'm sure we will stay in touch. So it doesn't necessarily mean that your first message is not well received, but certainly feel that you don't have to just copy and paste. Because at the end of the day, it is about making unique, genuine connections, opposed to just trying to get your name out there as much as possible. Because not everyone is here for you to sell to. You've got to really keep that in mind. I'm connecting with people every day that I 100% know that I'm not going to have them in my target audience or niche, but I still think they are, or they look like they might be really cool people to have in my network. Potential online friends, and I have a stack of friends that are digital marketers and coaches and consultants, and we have no scope to work together because we're doing the same thing, but at the same time it's really cool to bounce ideas off of each other on how to advance in certain areas of our businesses. So it's not all about selling to one another, it is about creating connections, but it's still good to also keep in mind that you are doing certain things because you want to grow your business. So keep adding those people as much as you can every day. Message as many of them as you can every day. Get that conversation started, because if the conversation starts in Messenger and they respond, from there, Facebook is then going to start showing your posts to them more often in their newsfeed. And if they're in your target niche, that's exactly what you want. So your homework for today is just to continue on. Start to post those posts we were talking about before, the target audience callouts, the origin stories, the stimulating posts, the inspirational posts. I'm going to put all 4 of these dot points down below in the course, so that way you've got them there if you want to copy and paste them into a Word document or whatever you can do, then that will be fantastic. So that's your homework for today. Start working on what you can be doing for these, and then what I want you to do is just start posting every single day on your personal page if you can. That'll get the most organic reach, and then just really start working and getting that ball or that snowball effect happening. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and 2 days left. So I hope this is going really well for you so far. If you have any feedback for me about how it's been going, or you've been unsure of some things, please comment in the group, Digital Sales for Entrepreneurs, because I really want to help you as much as possible. And if I don't know that something isn't clicking for you, then I can't help you. So please ask your questions in the group, and chat to you soon.